What's up, guys? Your boys, 22K13. I'm going to talk about 7-time new version of wrestling tag team suck. It's understandable that wrestling promotion would like to repeat the success experienced by some of the biggest and best tag teams they create. It's forgivable that creative teams up and down the land would want to rekindle the magic of some of the best duo around. After all, sliding into a hot team could feasibly help a debuting star get over with fans. What's not cool, however, is when teams are simply repackaged featuring different wrestlers, all without much thought. This is a nuisance which rarely works out well, and can actually end up hurting the performers involved, making them less over than they were to begin with by being associated with a more watered-down version of something which was previously successful. It's Vince McMahon WWF WWE which has been the most guilty of this, and it is McMahon Company which this list focuses on. Every single entry came from the WWE Brain Trust, who quite clearly felt that putting new before a well-known tag team name and adding a new member or two will pull the wool over the eyes of fans. Sadly, the end result is one of apathy from audience. People see through the paper-thin creative decision, and as a consequence don't respond anywhere near as well to this new tandem as they had to the previous incarnation. Number 7. The New Foundation. Riding and wrestling together as the Hart Foundation, Bret Hart and Jim Neidhart formed one of the more colorful, best-remembered tag teams of the late 80s and early 90s. After they split in 1991, Bret went on to superstardom while Neidhart struggled without a partner by his side. Realizing this, the WWF enlisted Owen Hart to form a new team with Neidhart, and the pair was dubbed the New Foundation. That was all well and good, but the concept was flawed from the beginning. One of the major problems the company had convincing fans that this new duo was on par with the Hart Foundation was by making the rather baffling decision to have them debut new, garnished outfit. The pink of Bret and Neidhart had been instantly recognizable and very distinctive, but the checkered neon coloring jacket and baggy tights of this new foundation looked horrendous. A lot of fans, not so fondly, remember the team of High Energy, a unit comprising of Owen Hart and Coco Beware, famous for their horrible ring outfit. What a lot of people fall what a lot of people fail to bring up is that Owen was doing that kind of thing for years, and Jim Neidhart looked pretty ridiculous decked out in orange and blue. Number 6. Demolition. There's no doubt about it. Demolition are one of the greatest tag teams that the WWE have ever created. To young children of the late 80s, there was something instantly terrifying, yet somehow utterly cool, about the face paint. Leather-wearing muscle men, act and smash pretty much looked like action figures come to life, or a cartoon playing out in real life before your very eyes. Experiencing real success during their tenure as a team. The fearsome duo ran roughshod over all the competition in the WWF, and older fans directly related them to other tandems like the Road Warriors. People couldn't wait for the day when Act and Smash would collide with Hulk and Animal, and that day would come in 1990, but not in the way fans had hoped. Behind the scenes, Bill Eddie was struggling with his health, so a younger model was brought into the mix to eventually replace him. Crush was of equal stature to his partner. But fans didn't really take too kindly to the idea of him diluting what was a winning formula, and Demolition started to fade. By the time Crush and Smash was the only member of the team, and Axe had departed, interest really started to dwindle in the Demolition concept, which is a real shame. Number 5. The Mega Power. Okay, so technically Curtis Axel and the cunningly named Marshall Mandow version of Damien Sandow character aren't exactly a reprise of Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage, but the parody of the Mega Power had nonetheless left a bad taste in the mouth of many fans. Sure, some do find it entertaining, and both guys are trying their best, but this is one idea which should have probably been left on the cutting room floor. Collectively known as the Meta Powers, Axel and Sandow have formed an unlikely duo, pretty much sliding into the scene as a jobber tag team. At Payback, the team went down quickly to the Ascension, and it's clear there isn't much upward mobility to be experienced for either man in this current role. The big question is, who felt this would be a generally good addition to the tag team division? It's obviously being played for laughs, but it cannot be denied that there's only a short-term appeal for the colorful pairing, as the Mega Power, Hogan, and Savage were at the top of the card, the WWF biggest babyface superstars. Contrast that to how Axel and Sandow are portrayed, and it began to become more of a slight against the history of one of wrestling's biggest supergroups than a fitting tribute. Number 4. The New Midnight Express, managed by the one and only Jim Cornette. The original Midnight Express was one of the most crucial elements to the tag team scene in the 1980s, originally finding fame with Dennis Condrey and Bobby Eaton. Stan Lane would later replace Condrey, something which didn't derail the team momentum at all. In fact, even with a new member, the Express had continuing success in the NWA, WCW. Cornette himself was a major part of the package, cutting memorable promos and generally acting as an ideal template for any fledgling heel manager. It was all slick and perfectly done. The same thing simply cannot be said for the WWF own version of the tag team in 1998, again managed by Cornette. In essence, all the company did was shove a couple of guys they didn't have many ideas for together, slap the Midnight Express moniker on them, and hope for the best. Bombastic Bob Holly and Boquerius Bart Gunn was not over with fans, and the whole NWA invasion thing that was led by Cornette came across horribly. The new Midnight Express was a failed premise, and has been rumored that the whole thing was nothing more than a rib on Cornette by Vince McMahon, with the manager even saying so in one of his shoot interviews. Number 3. The New Blackjacks. On the surface, it may seem like a strange decision to lump Barry Windham and Justin Hawk Bradshaw together. Call them the New Blackjacks and see what fans make of it. But there was actually more thought going into the idea than merely that. Windham was after all the son of one of the original members of the Blackjacks in the 1970s. Blackjack Mulligan, Robert Windham. Better yet, Bradshaw was the nephew of the other original Blackjack Lanza. Regardless of any family tie, it was a strange decision to debut the team in 1997 and expect fans to buy into it. The wrestling business has changed dramatically since the Blackjack tore up the tag division in the 70s, and the whole thing just felt a little dull and lifeless. The new Blackjack was definitely one idea while a nice touch to have family plan it out. Wasn't a great fit for the WWF of 1997. The likes of Stone Cold Steve Austin was running rampant, and fans expected a little more from the promotion than such an out-of-date concept. Even after Wyndham had turned on Bradshaw in early 1998, the latter still kept some nonsense of the character before transitioning into a tag team with Farouk, but few fans were sad to see the duo disband. The new Blackjacks simply stuck the life out of their matches, heel or babyface. Number 2. The New Rockers. When Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty crash-landed in the WWF in the late 80s, they brought with them a reputation for being hell-raising young guys who liked nothing more than to party and act like rock stars. Coming in from the struggling AWA, Michael and Jannetty, who was known as the Midnight Rockers in that company, were redubbed the Rockers and instantly became cool addition to the WWF tag team picture. The tandem was actually released pretty quickly, mainly due to their reputation preceding them, but it wouldn't be long before they came back with a vengeance. Right off the bat, people fell in love with the high-flying antics and double-team moves that both guys used. And it's crazy to think that they were never given a real run with the tag team titles. Of course, the Rockers were scheduled to win the belt in a match against the Hart Foundation, but a broken top rope meant the bout was never aired, and the title change that happened was erased from the history book. Splitting in early 1992, Michael went on to become a major player in the WWF, while Jannetty floundered somewhat in the mid-card. After Canada turned to 1996, he formed the New Rockers, and you can probably guess how well it turned out. Al Snow, then known as Leif Cassidy, replaced Michael in the team, and the unit suddenly came across as out-of-touch geek instead of cool, hip rock stars. Needless to say, this was a terrible idea. These new rockers simply couldn't replace what had come before. Number 1. LOD 2.0. If WWE wanted to pay tribute to the deceased Road Warrior Hulk, there was likely over 1,000,000 different ways they could have done it without resorting to making the ill-fated John Heidenreich an official member of the Legion of Doom. Heidenreich has struggled to really live up to the expectation of the company as a top heel. So obviously it made sense to have him replace Hulk and start teaming with Animal in this new LOD, right? Wrong. Very wrong. But that's exactly what happened in 2005. The duo even won the WWE Tag Team title at the Great American Bash pay-per-view. A win Animal dedicated to his fallen longtime partner Hulk. Sadly, even though fans really tried to like this new pairing, mainly because people were desperate to cheer for the Legion of Doom gimmick again, it fell more than a little flat from the off. Lasting less than a year, but long enough that fans were sick of it by the time it did end. LOD 2.0 had to rank as the absolute worst new version of any tag team that the WWF, WWE have tried to present to their audience. Sure, When Darian Drozov joined the group in the late 90s, it wasn't a hit, but Honey Mike was simply awkward in the role. Even changing his appearance to better fit in with the gimmick didn't help. And this is a story chapter in the history of the Road Warriors. Well, that's it, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys on the next one. Peace.